this is Puppets by Arlie. I'm Arlie, and this is how you make an entire marionette with cardboard, tape, and string. This is cardboard, tape, and string. First, get a toilet paper roll and cut it in half. Then decide which one you want to be your face. And you can start by cutting a little mouth. Just make a little triangle. And then you can make a nose, which is just another slit. And then you could push the upper lip back and pull out the nose a little bit. That kind of makes a face. And add some eyes. Take the other half, roll it up, I'm going to add a piece of string, put a knot at the top to give a little more for the tape to hold on to. And wrap this top part with string. Then take this neck, put it at the back of your character's head. And tape it on. And tape on the inside and the outside. Then take a piece of paper, fold it in half, and draw your body. Imagine what this person's torso might look like, and hips. And then legs. Add where the knees will be. And then feet at the bottom. And here on the side, draw where the arms would go. Now fold that in half. Cut out your pattern. this is what your body will look like. So now let's trace the body parts onto some cardboard. I'm going to use thicker cardboard for the limbs and thinner cardboard for the torso because I'll double it up. Trace out your pelvis. And torso. Next, I do the arms and legs. Be sure to mark where the knee and ankle will be, because we will cut that. Then, cut the knees. You're going to cut them all the way. And cut the ankles halfway. Fold the ankles up into a foot shape. And then you'll need to put some sort of weight on the feet. I am going to use marbles, but you could use maybe pennies, or you could possibly use bottle caps. So take the weight, fold the foot up with the weight inside, whether it's a little rock or a bottle cap or whatever, and tape it in place. Same thing other side. Now we got our weighted feet. In order to do the knees, I'm going to take the knee and fold it all the way up and then put tape around. Then on the back side for the knee, put your leg so that it's a straight knee and then put the tape on so it's flush across with that straight knee, and that will help keep the knee from bending backwards. So we can bend all the way one side, but we can't bend the other way. In fact, it might help to give it a teeny weeny bend. Okay. Time for arms. Be sure the shoulder is folded and where you want your hand joint. All right, now it's time. Cut that elbow joint. And fold it over all the way. And put tape over. We can put tape on the inside too. And cut hands. Same thing, put a weight of some sort on the hands. I think marbles might be too big for me on this, so I have some beads. To help weigh down. And tape the wrists up. The wrist can move in all directions, so we'll give it more of a loose joint. So you have two of each of these torsos, and we're going to put some string in here to make the most flexible joints. So first, put your head on. Then your shoulders. Will need to be attached as well. Maybe for this, put little knots at the end of the string. And for this, just tape it all the way across. Leave a little room in between the torso and the torso and the shoulders. I'm leaving about a 1/2 inch. And tape that down. take a paper towel. Then let's take full advantage of this extra string here. Move it a little bit to the side so we get two points of contact. And tape that in place. And same thing down here. And then take a big piece of string here. Tape it to the center. And tape it up to the side. So we have two kind of loops hanging here. Incorporate it. Taping those up to be part of this torso string. Okay. And lay these on top so you can do a full kick. And tape these down. And then tape on the top sections of the torso. So here is our little guy. I'm gonna make some hair. Sometimes when you rip cardboard, it makes a little curly section. So give it a rip and tear off the top paper. Oh, there's a good one. See this top paper? That's curly. Then take that and you can fringe it by cutting little strips. And then if you tape that down inside, that's like a little bit of hair. Tape that to the front for some bangs. Here's our marionette ready to go. We next need to make a control. You'll need to make strips of cardboard, one that's 9 inches, 8 inches, and 10 inches. And also, I like to make it 1.5 inches across. So, this will be one that's 9 inches. Then we'll need one that's 8 inches. And then we'll also need one That's 7 inches. Inch and a half across, 9 inches, 8 inches, and 7 inches. And we're going to need to put in our notch system, which means that we're going to put notches on the edges of each. So this is the head bar, this will be the leg bar. Put a 3-way notch system on one side and on the head bar and on the leg bar. And also, you'll need to poke a hole for a running hamstring on the front of your longest bar. So cut your notches. And then I just have to go through the scissors. Be sure they're cut all the way through. Take your head bar. Put it at the top so it looks like a cross. Puppeteers, marionette puppeteers rarely have problems with vampires. Tape that on. And then for storage, you can use a paper clip or something when you're not puppeteering it. But okay, control is done. Now let's do some stringing. Take some string. I do about 48 inches for each one. We'll put head strings on first, even though you string the shoulders first. Take a pokey stick and find the exact center of the side of your toilet paper tube of his head here. And poke a hole. I guess that'd be where his ear would be. And same thing other side. And try to make it exactly across from the other one. So I got a hole on each side. Next, thread your string through. And pull it up to the top and make a big messy knot. Then, with your big messy knot, pull it inside the head and put a big piece of tape over the whole thing. Hopefully to hold everything in place. And do that on the other side. All right, so we got our head strings installed. Next, let's do the shoulder strings. Oh, I forgot. We need to make a hole for the shoulder strings. So just take your pokey stick and poke just below. Just below your head bar. Oh, and we will have to make holes for our strings in our puppet. So, right above the knee on the puppet, make a hole. And you can use a tool like this, like I'm using. Or you can use a needle. Or you could use a ballpoint pen or whatever you got. All right, this side. There's a hole. And there's a hole. And I'm going to be using the same technique with all of these. Putting the thread through, making a messy knot, and then taping the whole darn thing down. Now, shoulder strings. 2 pieces are about 40 or so inches long. You might be taller, so yours may be different. Make 2 messy knots. Well, just to be sure that it's secure. Let's make take a paper towel. First, get a toilet paper roll and cut it in half. Then decide which one you want to be your face. And you can start by cutting a little mouth. Just make a little triangle. And then you can make a nose, which is just another slit. And then you could push the upper lip back and pull out the nose a little bit. That kind of makes a face. And add some eyes. Take the other half, roll it up, I'm going to add a piece of string, put a knot at the top to give a little more for the tape to hold on to. And you don't want to pull the messy knot into the hole. You want it up and away so that the tape is really holding against it and most of the weight is on the side of the cardboard. Okay, now let's move on to putting it onto the control. Okay. We got our little marionette guy, cardboard guy. We got our control. Let's now string them up. So, first thing, get it so he's facing front. Take the shoulder strings off the back and hold the shoulder strings together. Now, both shoulder strings together are going to go through the underside hole on your control. Both together. Okay. Both shoulder strings are through. And they're holding the shoulders at about an even length. Be sure both shoulders are even. And then take your puppet to the ground. And now use the notch system to put both strings together into your notch. Head strings are next. So be sure that this is not twisted. And take one head string. Put your puppet on the ground where the head is up. And now lace your string through the notch system. And now take the other side. Be sure your control is level with the floor and your puppet is on the ground. And the head is even from side to side. Now that means when we pull on the shoulder strings, the head will be able to go down and look right and look left-ish. It is made out of cardboard. Next, let's put on the butt string. Butt string should be not pulling on the puppet so that it's bending over. So get your puppet straight up and down. And lace your back string in with the notch that has the shoulders in it. Okay, now we do limbs. So get your leg bar ready. Get 2 pieces of kind of long for the legs, and for this, thread it through the hole, make a messy knot, and tape it up above, away from the direction it will be going. And same thing, put it through, make a messy knot, and fold it up away from the direction it will be going. Tape it down. Last but not least, get a really long string, and this time put it through one hand, and for this I will tie it off. And now this hand string is going to go through the holes on the top of your control. Get the other side. So you're going to go up through the bottom on one side, and then it's like you're making a big stitch. Go down through the other side. And then with your marionette standing, thread it through the other hand hole and tie it off. Be sure that both arms are hanging down. Now, last thing to do is to get these legs going. Last, to string the legs, take your leg bar, one of your legs, put it on the ground. Put your leg bar with your thumb, hold it to the top of the control, and then on the side of the leg bar that the leg is on, thread it through your notches. Got one leg there. Now other leg. Ensure both on the ground. And thread it through the notches. There you have it! An entire marionette made out of cardboard, tape, and string. Thanks for watching!